In this video, I want to show you how to get started on and submit a regular homework assignment in MS-150 Statistics. You'll need the Moodle app and the Google Sheets app on your mobile device or cell phone. I'm going to open up the Moodle app. I'm on my dashboard. You can see that at the bottom, the little orange icon. I'm going to open up the MS-150 Statistics Summer section. There's a syllabus and instructor information, and you should look through that information. The textbook is here in the Moodle. You simply tap on that, and it'll open up the textbook. There are 12 chapters. This is the table of contents. Tap on a chapter to open that chapter. At the bottom, there are arrows to scroll through the chapters, chapter by chapter. To jump to any chapter, you can tap on the bookmark at the upper right, and this will let you jump to any particular chapter that you want to go to when you're in the book. Scroll down to read the chapter. Chapter 1 will cover topics like sample size, the functions we're going to use. Chapter 1.2 is also necessary to doing the first homework. Read through this material, and it covers levels of measurement, sample size, and various features of variables and some explanations. So do read the textbook. The textbook is right there in Moodle available for you. After you've read the textbook, if you want to review the concepts, there are links to slides, organized also by the same chapters, and just click OK when you see this, and I'll say OK again. These slides review the concepts. You should still read the textbook, but this gives you an overview of the chapter, covering the same concepts a little bit more briefly, omitting some of the details. So you will still want to read the textbook to catch all of the details, but when you want to review, the slides are a good place to do that review. Besides the textbook and the slides, for each homework, there are some videos. Now, the data exploration is covered in a different video. Those start on a Thursday and end on a Wednesday this particular summer, and they may work differently in other terms, but they're covered separately, and they're submitted as slides. But regular homework is submitted as a Google Sheet. So the first assignment is 1.1 sample size, and the videos are above. You'll want to read the video 1.1, population samples means, and that's a YouTube video, so it's going to jump you out. You just say OK and go watch the video. 1.2, types and levels of measurement video, watch that video as well. Those cover the same thing as a textbook, but having read the textbook should help prepare you to for what you're seeing in the video and the explanation I give in the video. So read the textbook, look at the slides, then watch the videos, and come down then to the homework. You can see 1.1 sample size. That's a homework. The little red icon with the arrow is some form of assignment, and this one is types and levels of measurement. There's some directions for each homework that you should also read. Read through those, and the blue link will take you to the data. On a laptop or desktop, tapping that blue link will generate a copy. But here in my mobile device on your cell phone, the system will not. You should use your comfsm.edu.fm account at this point. In order for me to act like I am a student, I'll have to use a different account, my personal account, to get set up. I'll say OK. And at this point, you'll see that it says View Only on the upper left, View Only. I cannot edit this. If I tap here and try to type, I cannot. It's View Only. So I need to, on a cell phone, this won't happen on a laptop, but on a cell phone, I'll need to tap on the 3 arrow. I'll need to make a copy. I'm going to do a couple things here. I'm going to add some letters to the front, and I organize my files into folders on my drive, and so I'm going to want to put this in my statistics folder. I set that up on my drive earlier. That will keep my homeworks organized. And the last thing I'm going to do, seems kind of strange, but I'm going to copy the beginning of this, DLL. I'm going to copy that I'm going to need that later when I go to submit this assignment. So I'll now say, okay. And I now have a copy to work with. Notice I've got it copied to statistics at the bottom. It's in my folder. I suggest taking each of those steps. Where you tap on it, I tap on the spreadsheet, and then put it somewhere in your drive, either a main folder or a subfolder, in order to get to the copy. I've seen situations where it says cannot make a copy, and those steps that I went through of tapping on the screen and then putting it in a folder seem to help make that copy. Now, the data is here in the first column, going all the way down to, well, you can see here, down to row 26. The answers go in column D, and the questions are over here in column E. What is the sample size n? Well, that's going to be the sample size function. And I can simply type equals the count. And you'll see count appear up here, so I can just tap on that whenever it appears. It's a shortcut. And now I'm going to select the data values. That's what I want. Tap in A2, and then I'm tap and drag. So I tapped and then tapped and dragged. And now I've gone all the way to the bottom. Be careful about that. And I press check. To help you with this first homework, there's these cute little arrows over here, but they're not in the other homeworks. Always remember, scroll down. The bottom of the data is probably off the bottom of your screen. But there's 25 data points. And then I can work on, is it qualitative or quantitative? Is the car speed discrete or continuous? And what is the level of measurement for the car? So this is just a way to do the homework and start off on the homework. I'll go ahead and on your own homework, fill those in, answer those questions, and then press check. And back arrow, take you back to your main screen. Now, you can use the Moodle app to submit, because at the bottom you'll have a submit button. I can't actually do that from here. I'm going to have to borrow the browser in order to submit this. I'm acting as a student. Scroll down to that homework, and I'm going to go ahead and tell it to allow me to remove an old submission I put in there. But yours will look like this the first time you come to it. Add submission, and I'll tap on add submission, and I'll tap on the little plus right here, and on Google right there, and you can see I don't yet see anything because there's no recent in the Moodle file picker. This is where putting in that name, copying that name will be useful. I'm going to go to my clipboard, grab that name. Actually got too much in there, probably. Let's see. I might have to, let's see, it looks like I've got way too many there. Try again. Back here, just that, there we go. And now I'm going to tell it to look for that. Go out of my clipboard and press the little magnifying glass. And there's my homework. That's the key to finding your homework. Type the name in. That's why I made it kind of unique with my initials on the front, so I could make sure I could find that homework. And tap on that homework now. It says G Sheet at the end of the file. That's the correct file. And I say select this file. And it actually imports it as an Excel file. So now it's in as an Excel file. And now I simply say save the changes to this. And that will submit it. That will come back around to the main screen, depending on the speed of the internet. And this is where you saw me a moment ago. I can now remove that if I wish to do a different submission, at least prior to grading. But it's submitted for grading, and now I can wait for grading. That little red 1 on the notifications icon at the top tells me that it's been submitted for grading. Always check your notifications. That'll tell you when something's happened to your assignment, or you've gotten a grade or feedback of some sort. So that's the process for doing the first homework assignment. So have a go at that, and let's see how you do with it. If you have questions or run into problems, let me know. Thanks for watching.